Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode, another exciting installment of Pobble Live. If you are with us currently, and currently, we have again my screen. I can see up here. I can see live. I can see a time. I can see a number of people and a number of likes. Only 3 likes, yet 11 people. Let's press that like button. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, please do. I think we are up to about 96 subscribers. So let's try and get those figures even higher. Let's see if we can make it to 100 subscribers, hopefully by the end of this video. It's good to see you all. Welcome along. Don't forget that if you would like a Pobble prize, you can pop a message into the chat, or if you are not joining us on the live stream, you can of course put a comment in the comments box after the video is complete. Let's have a little look. Mr. Keeling, hi! Exclamation, 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 exclamation. Lots of exclamations there. I won't read all of them. Hi, Mr. Keeling. Is there a raffle? We do, and today we have a very special raffle for our prize because Mrs. Jones has bought us a special Pobble raffle box. A Pobble raffle box. Ooh. So if you were on Pobble Live last week, you have a chance of your name getting drawn. And if you're here this week, again, you have a chance next week at winning one of our Pobble prizes. Mr. Keeling, my dog is barking at you on the screen. Well, hello there, like dogs. What's his name or her name? I started already. Okay, Causeway Green, I started already. Okay, I am going to get going today. We're going to get started, and anybody who joins in a little bit later, they can always rewatch certain parts of the video. If you have got your Pobble books with you, you can write along. If you need a Pobble sheet, that's fine. You can get one tomorrow and you can add it in and leave this page blank. That's fine too. Today's Pobble Life, if you didn't see from the screen on the video, what's it called? The screen on the video, the thumbnail. That's it. The picture, the thumbnail. If you didn't see by the thumbnail, today's focus is health. So while we're waiting for anybody else to join us, what initially comes to your mind when you hear the word health? What other words come to mind when you think of the word health? Let's see if we can use this today. Anything that just springs into mind when you hear the word health? Protein, yeah, absolutely. So that's part of our healthy eating plate. We've got protein. So I'm going to put more general here. I'm going to put food. So food comes to mind when you think about health. What else? Eating well. So I would kind of class that under food. Physical health, absolutely. Physical health. What else we've got? Physical health. Hi. Thank you for joining us. We're getting up to 14. Let's get that number higher, and don't forget to subscribe. We are nearly at 100. So we've got physical health. What else do we have? Exercise, absolutely. And that would kind of come under physical health, wouldn't it? So exercise, anything else that pops into mind? I think we'll have a few reoccurring answers today when we look at the different elements of health. But it's good to get some of these out. So mental health and mindset, love it. Mental health and mindset, great. Mental health and mindset. Healthy diet, yep, so under food there. Physiotherapy, so yeah, helping your body. We'll probably look at that a little bit more later. Eating vegetables, part of your diet. Taking care of yourself, but how? Protein, so for building muscles, part of the healthy plate. Healthy body, what do you mean by that? How would you have a healthy body? Water, drinking water, yeah, absolutely. Resilience, yeah. So we're not just talking about that physical health there. So water, drinking plenty of water, resilience, definitely. One of our Kojo rights and responsibilities. Resilience, anything else about health? Well, that's a really good starting point, because actually, when we think about health, we're going to split it up into 3 different areas. So it's not just going to be about health, it's going to be about 3 different types of health. And then a little later in the video, what we'll do is we'll look at the kind of Pobble rights that you could do. Oh, I like that. I'm going to add that up actually. Some of these, as I say, will add up later. So please remember these, because we'll need them later on, and we'll talk about them a little bit more later on. But that one's a really nice one. Clean environment. Clean environment. Ooh, silly me. How do I undo? Oh no, I've got rid of everything. That's not very good. If you were copying that list after the video's gone live, you can always pause it before I made the blunder of deleting everything. But what I was going to add up was clean environment, because that was a really good thing. But we're breaking health down into 3 different categories today. And I'm going to show you those categories first, and then we'll start gathering words around those specific categories of health. So really good answers to start with. Well done. Let's have a look. And we're up to 15 people. That is good too. We're up to 4 likes. Please like if you haven't already. And don't forget to subscribe. Let's get up to 100 subscribers. Okay. So there are 3 different types of health that we can look at. They all are interlinked. They all cross with each other. And taking care of all 3 of these are very, very important for our overall health. That's why we've got our Venn diagram here, and why we see the separate areas, but actually they are all part of the umbrella term health. So looking at each heading, what do we think that they mean? Why do you think they cross over? So first of all, let's go for physical health. This one here. What do you think I mean when I say physical health? What do we think? Pop your answer into the chat. Physical health. What do I mean by physical health? Physical health. What do I mean? Working out, exercise. So what are you taking care of with your physical health? It's about your body. Absolutely. So when we refer to physical health, we are talking about how we keep our body healthy. And we'll have a little look closer at that in a moment. How about this one? Mental health. What are we trying to keep healthy when we're talking about mental health? Now, that isn't absolutely the right family. That is a really good one. And I want you to save that for when we're talking directly about mental health, as is the next one. But I'm just an overview. What is mental health, or thinking about mental health? How do we keep that healthy? Aha, your mind and body. So physical health, we're just referring to our body. Mental health, we're thinking about our mind, but also maybe a little bit about how our mind affects our body. Up to 16 viewers, really well done. Subscribe if you haven't already. Lovely to have you here. Again, I'm getting some really good answers. Please save those for when we start adding them to the slides. We're just looking for definitions at the moment. So physical health, the health of our body, and mental health, the health of our mind. Now, this one probably isn't spoken about quite as much as the other 2. But certainly an absolutely vital part of our overall health is social well-being. Can anyone tell me what I mean by social well-being? Oh, it's a bit trickier. Social well-being. What might I mean by that? Definition. Could you expand on that? Friends, absolutely. But what do I mean by social well-being? Being connected. Now, let's take that, because it is about being connected and being part of a community. Did you know, for example, in terms of health, that those that live alone and that are isolated from society. So basically, if you don't talk to other people, you don't have a good community, you don't have a network, statistically speaking, have shorter lifespans than those who are part of a community that have friends around them. So just by the act of having friends or being in a community, it's helping your health. But let's take that being connected again, just for a second, and talk about social well-being. When we talk about social well-being, it talks about all the ways that we can interact with other people in the positive way, and also considering all the negative ways that we might interact with other people and limiting those things. Okay, lovely. Well, if you are going to be back, that's fine. And anything you miss, you can watch after it's been live. Okay, so we've kind of defined those three areas, and we say that they're kind of all interlocking and they all go together. And now we're going to examine them bit by bit, and we're going to talk about what we can do for our mental health. Not mental health, our health in general, and for each aspect of our health. Here we go. So let's start with physical health, or physical health. What do I mean by physical health? Let's get that list up. Just referring to physical health now. So we had before our definition, which I will write up, and our definition was to have a healthy body. To have a healthy body. Okay, let's develop that further then. How can we have a healthy body? Brilliant. We had that before, and I'm going to add it up. I'm going to call it exercise. So working out or exercise. But not just the umbrella term exercise. There's lots of different types of exercise. So you can build muscle, for example, by lifting weights. That's really good for strength training. You can do cardio. So you can jog on the spot. You can go out for a run, go out for a walk, anything that gets your heart beating, star jumps. Something that gets your heart pumping is cardio exercise, and is really good for heart health and overall health. And then you've got things that are coming up here, which are kind of good for body and mind. So we've got yoga. Let's add that up. We've got yoga. So here with yoga, when we're thinking about yoga, we're stretching the body, but we're also taking time to breathe and relax, and to really just work on our core strength, which has been proven not only to help, as I say, our bodies become stronger, strength training, but also it can aid in our mental health. Sports. So actually part of exercise, really good, well done. Part of exercise is sports. And actually, as part of sports, that can link, like we said before, with the social interaction part of our health. But sports are really good for cardio and for strength training without really realizing that that's what we're doing, because you're active, but you're having fun. And because you're having fun, it almost disguises the fact that you're working out and that you're putting in a lot of energy. Part of this is a healthy diet. Absolutely. Let's add that up. Now, I'm not going to talk about a healthy diet just yet, because I think healthy diet is such a big thing, such a big part of our health, that it needs its own discussion. So we'll talk about healthy diet in a moment. So we've got types of exercise coming up. So that would be down here. We've got jogging, running, all of these kind of things. To get that heart pumping. Anything else about keeping your body healthy? Sleep, absolutely. And again, this is where it crosses over, isn't it? Body and mind need a good amount of sleep. Now, adults, it's recommended that we get 6 to 8 hours. 7 or 8 really is good for adults per night, but for children it should be longer. It should be more like 9-10 hours of sleep a night, so that you can replenish your energy, you can think clearly, and you're good to go in the next day. I'm seeing that a few comments are being removed in the chat. Please keep the chat sensible and to the point, otherwise we will have to remove people from it. Being active, so again, that comes under our exercise, getting out, seeing the world, being active. Mindfulness will save a little bit, because I don't think that's necessary. I mean, it can have an impact. I'm going to write it up, because mindfulness does have an impact on the body, but we'll talk about mindfulness a little bit more when we get to the actual mental health side of things. Kids need 9 to 12 hours of sleep. It depends on the person as well. You know, some people function fine on 7 hours of sleep, whereas some people need 10 hours. I mean, me personally, I love to sleep, so I can't get enough of it. So as much as I can. Anything else? Stay hydrated. So that was that water. Absolutely. Your body needs water. We're mainly made of water. So replenishing that water, especially because when we're exercising, when we are staying fit, we sweat to cool us down. In this heat, we sweat. Water is released from our body. And so we need to replenish that. 5 a day. So that is part of the healthy diet, which we will come to. I think they've upped that recently. It's like 7 a day now, have they? I think they changed that. Yeah, it depends. Absolutely. Anything else that we need to keep so managing stress can directly relate to body health, because stress, and this is again linking, stress can physically affect us. So when we think of mental health and our physical health, sometimes we think of them as apart, but they're really not, because actually stress can make you ill, can make you physically ill, can make you tired, can make you weak, can make you feel sick. It can affect you in terms of your physical health. So it's important. Yeah. And emotions as well, although this is kind of under that umbrella term of mental health, emotions can have a direct effect on our physical body. Sunlight, absolutely. That's a good one. I hadn't thought of that one. So sunlight, it's great for you in some ways because it is full of something called vitamin, I think it's D. Is it vitamin D in the sunlight? Vitamin D? Or is it, it's not, I always get confused between vitamin D and vitamin E. Sunlight, which one is it? Vitamin D. Okay, I've just looked up on Dr. Google, and Causeway Green Primary School is letting me know as well. Always get that mixed up, vitamin D or vitamin E. Which one does aloe vera have in it? I can't remember that either. But we can get vitamin D from the sun. So it is good for you to be out in the sun. Not just that, but being out in the sun, I don't know about you, but it lifts my mood. So sunlight is good for mental health. But on the other hand, too much sunlight can damage your skin because of the harmful UV rays. And UV rays can cause some nasty things to your skin. So the key thing is getting out in that sun, absolutely. Getting out in that sun, enjoying that sun, but taking precautions, wearing a sun hat, wearing sun cream, and making sure that you are in the shade when the sun is at its most intense around midday, around 12 o'clock to 3 o'clock. But other than that, sunlight, very good for us. It also strengthens your immune system. Wonderful. Yeah, absolutely. So building up our immune system, cleaning ourselves, cleansing ourselves, bathing. Yeah. So washing. Yeah. And that's something that, you know, when we think of health, we don't always refer to, but absolutely washing ourselves. And what's part of that as well? What part of us should we absolutely protect and make sure that we're cleaning twice a day? Teeth. Yeah, you should brush your teeth. Really important for health, not just because if you don't brush your teeth, you can get cavities and that can cause decay and tooth loss, but also there's diseases you can get from not cleaning your mouth, and it's really best to make sure that you're brushing your teeth twice a day and flossing as well in between. And then when you're older, using, you know, other products such as mouthwash, but really, really good. Bad breath, I mean, there's bad breath, but more than bad breath is, you know, it's your mouth health that's really important. Okay, I think that's lots of things there for physical health, and we've spoken a little bit at length about a few of those, but I just kind of want to talk now about one in particular, which was healthy diet. So I'm glad that came up. This is the healthy food plate. And actually, this has changed not only since, you know, I was taught this, but actually since I've been teaching. So in the last, I don't know, when did I teach it? When did I teach it when it was different? I think I taught this in year 3. I taught this play in year 3, and I taught it about 4 or 5 years ago. And I think 4 or 5 years ago, this plate was different. And that's because we're always learning about what's good for us and what's wrong, what's not so good for us. And so the healthy food plate is updated to show the most important types of food. I think even the percentages of the food on this plate have changed a little bit. Certainly, this bit in the middle is the most different. So let's just talk through it very quickly. And I can see that people are already putting things in there: protein, fiber, healthy carbohydrates, fats, and dairy. Actually, the new food plate, or this one here, doesn't have a section on dairy. And that's because it's not necessarily vital. I mean, you do get some good fats from dairy, and you can get vitamin D from dairy, which is very good, but it's not vital enough to have its own category anymore. So looking at this food plate here, what it's broken down into is really a really nice way of looking at it. So we have proteins over here. So proteins can be your meats and your fish. But for anyone who's vegetarian or anyone who's vegan, for example, and don't eat meat, that's not the only place that you can get that kind of that you can get protein from. For example, my wife, Mrs. Keeling, she is vegetarian. Actually, she's pescatarian. She's pescatarian, which means that she eats fish, but not very often because she doesn't like the taste of fish. She'll eat fish and chips because that fish tastes nice to her. I mean, I like all kinds of fish, but she doesn't like things that taste too fishy. So she has to get her protein in other ways. And she gets her protein a lot from kind of nuts and seeds and eggs and different ways. So it's not just meat, because when thinking about protein, it's not just meat, it's not just fish. You can get protein from other sources, and people do, because you need protein. Does anybody know why you need protein? What does protein do? I think I've already got the answer. Protein helps build muscle. Yeah, it keeps us strong, doesn't it? Absolutely. But it's important, and it says on here to select lean options and remove visible fat from meat and poultry. So if you are having meat, it's important that you try and remove the fat, because that's just excess fat that you don't need. And to try and go for that leaner, healthier type of meat. But as I say, you can get protein from different sources, and it is important because look, it takes up 1/4 of our food plate. It's an important part to have. Okay, then we've got carbohydrates down here. So that's your things like bread, rice, pasta, potatoes, the things that really fill you up, and quite tasty. Again, is about 1/4 of our diet. So 1/4 is protein, 1/4 carbohydrates. And carbohydrates can be used for energy. They're really good for energy, for giving us a high amount of energy to burn. And our bodies need energy. It requires energy. That's why we take food in. If we didn't need energy, then we wouldn't need nutrients in food, and we wouldn't need to eat. But all living things need nutrients. Therefore, all living things need to eat. Okay, so we've done proteins, we have done carbohydrates. Over here as well, we have this is actually our biggest section, fruit and vegetables. And a lot of people, when we talk about what does it mean to be healthy, people say, fruit and vegetables, you need to have fruit and vegetables. Well, yes, absolutely, you need to take in fruit and vegetables, but those solely will not make you healthy. It's about a balance. And that's why this plate isn't just fruit and vegetables. It is a mixture. Rice is a carbohydrate. Thank you, Causeway Green Primary School. Yes, carbohydrates do give you energy. Fabulous. Vegetables are low in calories. Yeah, so that's why you can have more of those, because if you look, you can eat lots of vegetables and lots of fruit. You'll notice actually that this doesn't say fruit. It just says vegetables, although I would pick out the peppers and tomatoes, and I think chilies are all fruit because they have seeds inside them. And the definition of fruit is whether or not it has seeds inside it. So I would question that, because that's not all vegetables. But why do you think this category is no longer fruit and vegetables and is just vegetables? There's a big difference between fruit and vegetables. One element of them that makes fruit worse for you than vegetables. Does anybody know what that is? There we go. Straight away. Fruit has sugar. Absolutely. Some fruits have high levels of sugar, and because of that, they're not as healthy for you to consume as vegetables. Now, natural sugars are better than processed sugars, but in terms of fruit and vegetables, vegetables are the healthier option of the two, and you can get all of the same nutrients and nutritional value from vegetables. Now, on the old food plate, there was a section at the bottom where it talked about fats, and then you kind of like your treats or sugars, and there'd be a little bit of treats and sugars on there. But actually, they've been removed from this plate. And that's because sugar, like in chocolate bars or in sweets or in donuts, and those things that treat us, sugar is not really good for anything. It doesn't really do anything for us. It damages our teeth. It can damage our health, but it doesn't actually give us anything other than a little bit of joy because of the taste of it. Therefore, it's been removed from this. And what's been put there in the center instead is healthy fats. It's not just fat alone, but selecting healthy fats. Because our body needs fat. It needs fat to function. We need some degree of fat. Without it, our body wouldn't function. So we do need fat, but the fat that we should take in should be from these healthy fats like olive oil, from seeds or from nuts, or from different types of vegetables that are higher in natural fats. So a little bit of a change to the food plate there, but absolutely. And why I put it up there, because food is key, not just to our physical health, but eating healthily can also help us in terms of our mental health. A good balanced diet and good exercise can help mental health. Moving on, we're going to go to social well-being. What's important for us to be socially healthy? Can we have a think? What might be important for us to be socially healthy? And think about social media in this as well. How can we be socially healthy? And think about the ways that you communicate with people, not just by speaking, but online as well. How can we be socially healthy? What do we think? Pop some answers into the chat. Having someone to talk to. I love that one. Having someone to talk to. We've said that emotions not only affect our mental health, but can affect our physical health. And sometimes it's good to be able to let those emotions out. So having someone to talk to is vital. What else? Friends. Just having friends. And this kind of links with having people to talk to. But the people that we love, our friends, the people that we share a connection with, it makes us feel better to know that there are people like us who share our interests, who we can get joy out of making happy. Builds our social well-being. It's nice to have friends. School, absolutely. School is not only a place for you to come and learn about maths and science and history and geography. All of those are important, and some of them will be more important to you than others because of your career path or what you choose to do in the future. But school is also a great place for social well-being. It's about learning how to interact with others, how to do the right or not to do the wrong thing around others, and to build relationships. So absolutely love that one, school. What else do we need to think of in terms of our social well-being? Let's have a look. So sharing feelings. So that's kind of having the ability to talk, but I'll add emotions up there as well. So we can talk about our emotions. What about being healthy in terms of how we connect? So not just face to face, but in the ways that we connect. So it's learning to be kind to each other. So not only, and kindness is one of my favorite things. I don't think people think kindness is just a personality trait, but you can learn to be kinder. I think it's something that really takes work to be kind. And I love kindness. It's one of the things that I always try to be myself. Certainly something that my granddad always tried to be, and I learned from him that it's wonderful to be kind. So kindness, absolutely. But from kindness, you help other people, but it also makes you feel good. So it improves your social well-being. Absolutely, kindness, love it. So seeking help, so you can get help, absolutely, and not just help for your emotions, but actually thinking about it, we need a social group, or we need the world around us, because if we have an accident, if we fall, if we get hurt, we need help sometimes. So it's good to have each other. Friends and family, absolutely. Family goes here. The people that we love, that take care of us, really important as part of our social well-being, having those people there that nurture us and look after. Everyone is important, and understanding the importance of everyone. So thinking about others. What about like online and connections that way then? Online apps, what about them? How can we maintain social well-being with online apps? So absolutely, and that goes online and in person, respect. And that's kind of core online, because when you send a message to someone online, even if it's encrypted, when you send a message to someone online, or you post something online, even if you delete that, there are still ways to trace those messages. There are still ways to access those messages in future. So you need to be very, very careful. We should be careful and respect people anyway when we're saying things to them. But if you say something online, you need to be extra careful that what you are saying isn't something that someday you're going to regret saying. Let's see what else. Love your family, respect them, absolutely. Chats, friends, not strangers. Yeah, so think about who you're talking to. So online chats, and thinking about social well-being with online chats, you've got to think about, is this chat healthy for me? So even if it is with friends, are my friends talking about things that are negative? Is there some element of name calling going on? Is there something in this online chat that isn't making me happy? Considering that is all part of your social well-being, and making sure that you are part of things that you want to be part of. Online safety, absolutely. So e-safety. Internet is great for connections. Social media, apps, lovely, great, but we've got to be safe while we're doing it. And that is kind of using our social network to check in and to make sure if we don't know something or we're worried about something, we have people to talk to. Anything else? Boredom, yeah. I mean, boredom, it makes you unhappy, doesn't it? And unhappiness is not good for your health. I mean, it's fine to be sad, and it's natural to be sad sometimes, but being sad and bored all the time would really start to affect your health. So yeah, absolutely. Boredom. Oh no, I can't. I'll just write it again. Boredom. I don't want to press the same button that deleted it before. So boredom. Did it never talk to strange? I mean, generally in life, you will talk to strangers, that will come up, but it's about being safe and doing it at the right time. So online, really, do you need to be talking to strangers? No, you can have social groups and people that you know online. You don't need to be having conversations with strangers. If you're going for a job interview, you absolutely have to, because the stranger is the boss. So it depends on the situation. Not all strangers are bad, but please get advice if you're unsure of anything. Social media is good to communicate, absolutely. So social media, I think with social media, people can look at the negatives, it's spreading fake news, and people are saying the wrong things, and there's negative messages, and absolutely, that all exists. There is a very negative side to social media, but it's connecting people all over the world. Today, you can pick up a tablet and you can be on a video chat with your grandma who lives in Australia. That never happened before, and you can do it for free for as long as you want. So there are wonderful things that we can connect with online, and it's about knowing how to use these for the wonderful side of things. Don't share your face with random people. So sharing identity, personal information is not a way to be socially well. Yeah. You want to have privacy, some privacy. And I think that's kind of a key word there. To be socially well, yes, you want to see people. Yes, you want to spend time with people, but also privacy is important. So lots of things there about our social well-being. If you are watching this after and you need some ideas for the rights that we're going to talk about in a second, please feel free to freeze that and to use some of the things that I've written there. But for now, we're going to move on to our final area of health. That doesn't mean this is all there is to do with health, but it's just what we're looking at today. Mental well-being. So this is something that in recent years there's been a lot of focus on, because people have realized how important mental health is to our overall health and how much our mental health can affect our physical health. So think about mental health. How can we be mentally healthy? How can we be mentally healthy? Don't lock your emotions away. So sharing, and that's part, you see how this crosses over. This is part of having those groups of people to share with, but absolutely share your emotion. Oops. Oopsie daisy, do the oopsie daisy dance. Oopsie daisy, and we're back. Okay, let's try again. There we go. I have completely forgot what you said. Let me revisit the chat. Don't lock your emotions away. So share your feelings. Absolutely. Share your feelings. The simple act of talking through your emotions can really, really help you to balance your emotions and to deal with things that might be troubling you. Lovely mindfulness. Now, this is something I really, really love. And I think this is really good just in general. It's one of the easiest things you can do, mindfulness, but it actually has been proven to positively affect the chemicals in your brain. So we're not talking about emotions. Practicing mindfulness actually positively affects the physical chemicals in your brain. So why don't we try it? Because it is so easy and you can do mindfulness wherever. Now, it can be part of other things. So it can be part of guided meditation where you picture images in your head to relax you and you go to a nice place or a happy place. But we're not going to do that. We're going to look at mindfulness at its most simple, because at its most simple, mindfulness is just focusing on this present moment. And you do it by noticing your breathing. That's literally all you need to do. So we're going to just do that for just 1 minute, well, less than a minute. We're going to take 3 deep breaths together and we're just going to notice our breathing. So I invite you right now, you can close your eyes or you can keep them open, but we're going to notice our breathing. I'd like you to take a deep breath in and I'll count in. I'll tell you to pause and hold the breath and then I'll count you out. Here we go. Breath in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold. And out. 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathing normally for a moment. What I want you to notice when you do it this time is when you take that deep breath in, feel your chest inflate, your shoulders rise, and then feel them lower as you breathe back out. We're going to notice it again. Breathing in for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold. And out. 2, 3, 4, 5. And anyone can practice this because it is literally just breathing. We're going to do one for the younger children. So if you've got little brothers and sisters and you know that they might need a chance to just breathe and calm down, this is called rainbow breathing. So this one's for the younger children. What you do, You put out your arms above your head when you're breathing in, and you lower them when you're breathing out. So we're going to do it. We're going to start with them arms out to the side. We're all going to rainbow breathe. We're going to breathe in through our nose for a count of 5, and then we're going to breathe out through our mouths, and we're going to follow with the rainbow. So we're drawing rainbow with our fingers, and we're imagining that we're doing that whilst we're noticing our breath. Here we go. Breathing in for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold the rainbow at the top, and breathing out through your mouth. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Rainbow breathing. Let's try it one more time. In through your nose. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And out through your mouth. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Lovely. Thank you for joining. And I liked how the chat went quiet there for a moment, because that makes me think that quite a few of you were trying that there. So well done for joining in. But just noticing your breath, just noticing your breathing and you're present in this moment is really good for your health. Okay. Anything else that's good for your mental health? State of well-being, having a place, having a function. So maybe a job, or being part of school, or having a task, or feeling needed. All of this, I know sometimes we think, oh, I've got lots of work to do, or I've got a lot on at my job. But actually, keeping active, having a job is really good for your mind. Anything else? The emojis, I think those look like the what is it? Inside Out emotions there. Going for walks, absolutely. Walking. So exercise, actually crossing over again, exercise is really good for your mental health. And also getting out, having a walk, good for social interaction. You might talk to people that you know or see people that you know, and you could just enjoy the beauty of it all and go and see the world a little bit. Anything else? Reading, absolutely. Reading can be good. The more you know, the more you learn, the more you learn, the more you do. Absolutely. Reading is really good for your brain, really good for mental health and for enjoyment. And enjoyment is part of mental well-being as well. Being happy and enjoying the things and noticing the things and being thankful for the things. And I know we can't be happy all the time. And I know we can't be thankful all the time. But to notice it, to take a moment and think, yes, look at these beautiful things around us. That helps sometimes. That helps. Sunshine, absolutely, our sunshine. Sunshine. You are my sunshine, my only sunshine. What else have we got? Keeping calm and peaceful, taking moments of tranquility, be that mindfulness, be it yoga, which we said before can help both, be it meditation. And that can be just a regular meditation, or maybe if you are religious, it can be taking a moment to be with God or in prayer. Deep breathing, part of mindfulness, but deep breathing on its own. You make me happy when skies are grey. Joining in, good. Anything else that helps our mental well-being? Anything else we can think of that helps our mental well-being? Spending time with people. Yeah, so we got family and friends on the last one, but family and friends can really help our mental health. Absolutely. Stretching, yeah. Sometimes it's good to be active and to stretch, isn't it? And it can help your mental well-being too. All right, I think we've gathered lots and lots of ways to be healthy here. So I'm going to very quickly now, to finish off with, talk you through the tasks. There's several that you could do. Oh, we've got rest and recovery, absolutely taking a moment. So we can be busy all the time, but we do need to take moments to rest and to recover. Like, here, holidays. Now, I love travel, and I've tried to travel as much as I can all around the world, because I think travel is an amazing thing. I think it broadens the mind. But I think also holidays are really good for relaxation, for rest and and recovering. So really, really good. Yeah, yawn, stretch, all that kind of, you're making me yawn now because you said yawn. Oh, no, it's one of those yawns that wasn't a proper yawn either. Dear me. Having personal space. So that kind of comes in with privacy, doesn't it? All right, we are going to pause there because I want to talk about the work that you can do as part of this. So if you're revisiting these, you can freeze on each and you can look at what we've put up, or you can re-watch certain sections. That's fine as well. But let's have a little look at ideas. So ideas this week: you could create a poster about anything we've talked about health. It might be the healthy food plate, it might be physical health, it might be social well-being, it might be mental health. But remind me, what are the features of a poster? Can you remind me, what are the features of a poster? If you're going to make a poster, what are you going to put into that poster? A title, yeah, a very kind of snappy title. Maybe alliteration, maybe a little rhyme, maybe a little jingle that gets stuck into someone's head. Eye-catching messages, so very short subheadings you might want to add into there as well. Big, bright, colourful letters to draw attention, images, a slogan, onomatopoeia. We've done this a few times. You've got it. Well done. So one thing you could do is you could create me that poster about one of these elements. Another thing we could do is you could just create a mind map. So what I've been doing all the way through is, for each one, I've been listing the different things that are to do with either mental well-being or social well-being or physical health. But what you could do from that is you could write descriptions or branch off in other ways and maybe add images for each of the headings that we've come up with. You could use what we gathered as a basis to build a really strong mind map. So first idea, poster. Second idea, you could build a very descriptive mind map. You could write a how-to guide. So what are the features of a non-fiction text? So in this, you could include subheadings, titles. You could involve instructions, so imperative language. You could add in bullet points, numbers, all of this to make a good non-fiction text explaining to people how to be healthy, and using all of those things that we have done. Let's have a look at what else we could do. So other ideas: you could write a poem about how to have a health mind. That should either be a health mindset, a healthy mindset. Oh, there's something I didn't mention: growth mindset. Growth mindset, I just want to quickly talk about that, is when you find something hard, not going, oh, I can't do it, I can't do it. It's saying, I can't do this yet, and carrying on and trying. So you can you could write a poem about how to have a healthy mind or a health mindset. You could write a script and you could design your own mindfulness video. Maybe you come up with a video of teaching someone else how to breathe, or doing a guided meditation. That might be quite nice. Or just the script for it if you can't record the video. Maybe you ask your parents and you use their phones or tablets and they could record you doing it and you could watch it back together. Create an advert. Now, this is a good one because you can come up with slogans, you can come up with campaigns. You could create your new product, a new product that keeps people healthy. Perhaps you design your own energy bar or something that might keep people healthy. Maybe it's new shoes that have an alarm that tell you to exercise. I don't know. Think outside the box. Create and try making your own healthy recipes. So maybe you want to write a recipe for a healthy meal, and then with your parents, make sure you get adult permission. You could try making that recipe. Or design your own health food plate, bringing it in. And please do, I say this every week, if you've done a piece of Pobble, I've seen lots from my class, it's lovely, but I'd like to see more from other classes. So please, if you've done one of these pieces at home, bring it in. Let me see it. Let Mrs. Flanagan see it. Let Mrs. Jones see it. Let everyone see it. It's wonderful. Finally, I'm going to quickly go through our word bank, and I might just clarify a few that might need clarifying. So words that you could use within your work: alert, being awake, being active, might keep you alert and awake. Beneficial, things that are good for you. Balance, so having a balance, not too much of one thing. Even too much of fruits and vegetables can be a bad thing if you don't balance it with other good things. Caring about each other, being calm and collected. Exercising, building our energy through exercise or through the good foods that we eat, having focus on our goals and our future. Accepting failure and knowing that it's okay to fail. Growth, growing and growth mindset, which I spoke about, guidance, so seeking guidance from other people, getting advice, your heart health, things that are harmful to you, you could talk about, help, igniting, so igniting a passion for exercise, innovate, thinking, using your brain is good for it. So come up with new ideas, be experimental, use your imagination. Ignore. So ignoring is never the best, not really the best way to deal with problems, but in some cases, at certain times, it might be best to ignore something that's making you feel angry and to go and tell an adult. Okay, so we've got that there, but it could also be ignorance, which is a negative. Learning important for your brain, important for your future as well. Memory, mental health, mindfulness, occupation. What keeps you occupied? What's your job? What's your role in society, and how does that make you feel? Physical, so thinking about physical health. Practice makes perfect. That's true. Keep practicing. I mean, well, it's not true. Nobody's perfect, are they? So practice makes good. Let's say that. Practice makes good, or practice makes better. Rest, resilience, still, taking a moment to be still and calm, breathing, mindfulness, serenity, tranquility, or being tranquil. Time, knowing that things take time and not being too hard on yourself if you don't get things right to start with. Understanding, universal, so something that applies to more than just ourselves. Variety, because variety is important. It's exciting for one, but also having variety of things can be beneficial to health. And worry, trying not to worry so much about things. Right, I believe we need to draw a Pobble prize winner. And today's, oh, that one's falling out. Today's Pobble prize winner is oh, okay. The prize winner for today is, well done. You can tomorrow go to Mrs. Jones and collect your Pobble prize. If you've been on today, you have a chance next week at winning your Pobble prize, a Pobble prize for yourself too. Thank you so much, everyone, tonight for your wonderful answers. We've gained a lot. I can't wait to see your work. And until next time, keep pobbling. See you later.